Happy weekend.
Into me.
You sound like
Please.
I feel.
Today I empathize with you at your, most basic level.
Of my, like, just no longer wanting to exist on this fucking planet. Fuck this place.
Yes.
But
Yes.
now you super understand because you've got a cat and you can't end yourself. Well, you have a cat. You're responsible now.
Right? No.
I mean, that's what it's like with Puck. You can't end yourself with that cute little face looking at you like he wants food when I have no food. I have no food.
Yeah.
I have no food. I just have love. Oh, yes.
Who's gonna feed me? I don't know, man. I'm quite sure SPCA will find someone new for me, but I can't get it in my life. Thank you very much.
Puck, you want to get rehomed? You're adopted anyway. Look at him, like I know no other life than this life.
And he's like, no backsies, you bitch.
No backsies. No backsies. What the fuck? Hold up. That's too real.
I'm so done. Oh god, I'm so done. Like 11-hour shifts, and that to night shifts and evening shifts, and we don't stop till the whole stock finishes. So
we don't stop, can't stop, won't stop. Bom, bom, bom. We got a double stream today too. We got a double header. We had to go live today because we couldn't not talk about this stupid shit, right?
Right. That's my. Chesh was like, yeah, let's not do a stream today if you're so tired. I'm just like, this is my only respite. You know that, right? My only respite.
Welcome back to DFF Friday. DFF Friday. DFF Friday.
It's going to be fun.
Hello, welcome back to Dumbfuck Friday. What is going on? Hoi hoi hoi. Manya, you ready to be done already? We just started. It's the beginning of September. It's only September 6th. This is the first Dumbfuck Friday. It's not even supposed to be a dumb...
Why did you do that to me?
She's
Seriously,
like a waving goodbye.
Why?
So long.
Why?
So long, world.
Same shit happened last year. Why do you do this to me? Why?
It's not my fault.
What?
Don't look at me.
Oh really? Oh yeah. It's not. Nah. It's not your fault. Hey.
Oh,
it's never her fault, you know.
It's never my fault. It can't be my fault. I'm just a little guy.
He's like, what you talking to me about? And he's giving a fucking side eye. I'm just like,
bombastic side eye.
Bombastic. Yeah, that's what he gives me, the bombastic side eye.
Oh man,
Yeah, right,
I'm here
Proton?
for it. Alright, so we should jump into this because we have a shorter stream today because we have another stream immediately afterward. And then I have another stream coming up as well because I gotta do stuff with Dapper. Hell yeah. We're doing an actual play.
Oh boy.
Yeah. We're playing
Nice,
Star Trek.
Nice. Is it on his Top Hats channel, is it?
Yeah, it's on Top Hats Off. I wish we pinned the schedule because I need to find out what time that is. Oh, it's not till September 20th. We're fine. I didn't think it was today. That's not until the end of September. Crusher's got me all worried. It's not where our first session is until the September 20th. You're freaking me out, man. What the fuck? I've been baited. This is some bullshit.
When September ends, it will never last.
All right. Yeah, that's what Tim Pool's fucking singing right now. So we're going to start at the beginning.
Really?
Yeah, we're going to start at the very beginning. A very good place to start. When you're corrupt, you begin with Russia shill. So people have been like, yada, 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 Tim Pool sucks for a long time, right? Like, Tim Pool's been wrong about everything all the time forever, right? And also, Some More News did a really good video about that. But also, Tim Pool's kind of just a piece of shit. And he's got, like, this thing called, like, Timcast or whatever, which is his, like, fucking media outlet, which is kind of similar to Ben Shapiro's, but not nearly as big and mostly made up of, like, YouTube personalities. Now, Jeff Holiday already has a video out about this, and I definitely recommend going and checking out Jeff Holiday's video. It's GEFF Holiday. It should be pretty easy to find. But
By the way, Tim Pool's dad is cool.
oh no, I got a video from Tim Pool's dad because Tim Pool's dad responded. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're prepared today. We're ready to go. We're zooming.
Let's
So
go.
before
Hey, Proton, we are ready
first
to
things
go.
first, right? So Kamala HQ, which is like the official Twitter account for Kamala Harris's thing on fucking definitely not X, posted this out saying Trump operatives say their Project 2025 plan, and if you don't know about Project 2025, I've been reading it live. I hate my life. But definitely you should check it out. If you don't have time to read it yourself, you can listen to me reading it at a higher speed, and just have it on in the background, because you can't listen to a summary. A summary will not do it justice. It is so fucking wacky. But plans to give Trump total unchecked legal power so they can jail and execute those who don't support Trump if he wins. They have scrubbed this video from YouTube, and I'm going to play this for you.
Should Democrats be in jail? No question. When Donald Trump gets elected, should he start locking them up? No question. Should there be lists of Democrats that need to go to jail? 100%. And the reason for that is they've committed crimes. We need to make sure that when Donald Trump wins, we've got an attorney general, a deputy attorney general, a head of the CIA and the FBI. Kash Patel would be fantastic. We can have attorney general. There's some names floating around. And then they can start having their investigators and the feds issuing subpoenas, pulling up evidence, and with real evidence, bring them to judges for warrants. Then these people can spend three years of their lives fighting tooth and nail for the crime against the government for crimes they committed, and we can prove. Yeah. And the reason why we put them on trial is that we can show the whole world we will uncover what you've done. We will make sure everyone knows, and you will be held accountable for it.
Not just jail, they should get the death penalty. You know, we actually used to have the punishment for treason in this country.
Yeah, so once upon a time,
be in jail?
the crime for treason in America used to be the death penalty a long time ago. But you notice there's no, like, explanation of what those crimes are. They certainly have no issue with jailing political opponents when it's, you know, in their favor. Yeah, no, I got like, you like my discount Tim Pool cosplay. My headphones aren't as big, my beanie's not as aggressive, and I have hair. Whoa, not the hair.
Here it is. The hair.
I can't wait to cut it all off. But that was his thoughts on it, which led to him posting...
Like Dr. Proton. And everyone liked Dr. Proton.
Everybody likes Dr. Proton. That's like not even a question. But it led to Tim Pool posting that they have engaged legal counsel and they're preparing to take action against Kamala Harris's team,
Why?
I guess.
Why?
For defamation, allegedly. That's what they say they're going for.
This reminds me of someone like...
The judge is gonna say it's not defamation if it's the thing you said.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's not gonna go.
Like,
that's not gonna go well. That's not gonna go anywhere.
it's the same thing I remember a fucking retired or whatever moved on New York lawyer did against Christopher Boozy when that, lawyer was like, oh, I knew those tricks because I did those tricks too, where he was talking about planting evidence.
Yeah.
And then he lodged a defamation case against that person twice. We don't know what happened. He had a GoFundMe, and we don't know. He did produce receipts, but we don't know whether all the money went in there or where the rest of the money went from that GoFundMe. So yeah, it's very, very similar. I don't think so. It's gonna go anywhere.
So after this happened, the DOJ proceeded to drop. So for anybody who doesn't know, the DOJ, that is the Department of Justice in America, proceeded to drop 2 RT employees indicted for covertly funding and directing U.S. company that publishes thousands of videos in furtherance of Russian interests. So I will link this in the chat so you guys have access to this, so you guys can peruse it at your own leisure. And there's a few things highlighted in this, particularly... let me just go back over here. Particularly... Oh, hold on, that's the... They got their stuff taken down.
Remember
Hold on.
when the shit started with vaccination and all that bullshit, right? When it
Yeah.
all started, I had made a statement that how do these guys not know, the anti-vaxxers, especially the flat earthers, you know, the conspiracy theorists, that this is not like Russian
Here you go.
propaganda, you know, leaking into the American society via,
Yeah.
you know, what do you say, bad actors like this fucking moron.
Yeah,
I had
right?
said that, and that was like 3 years ago when this whole shit started around COVID and whatever, COVID vaccination.
Oh, yeah. We've absolutely talked about that before. 100%.
And here I am sitting 3 years later, vindicated.
So it's called tenant media, right? And so there was a
okay.
DOJ investigation into tenant media because of the propaganda they were posting, and it turns out in their investigation they found out, and 2 of these people are being indicted for taking Russia money. So per the DOJ and other sources, tenant media bankrolls of prominent pro-Russia commentators such as Lauren Southern, Tim Pool, Dave Rubin, and Benny Johnson are alleged to have received millions from Russia's state media to spread pro-Russia propaganda in the United States. I'd say this is surprising, but it's not. Is anybody actually surprised? Like, is there anybody who is actually surprised by this? I don't think so.
Do you remember what I say always about when this whole, like, Elon Musk bought Twitter? Remember? I said, I want to know who convinced this motherfucker to buy Twitter. You know, I'm not going to be surprised that there was some propagandist in Russia sitting there filling even Elon Musk's ears to, like, make that fucking decision.
So let me give you guys an example of what Tim Pool had been posting.
Psychotic. Ukraine, they know it. But I don't know that it matters anymore. This is psychotic. Ukraine is the enemy of this country. Ukraine is our enemy, being funded by the Democrats. I will stress this again. One of the greatest enemies of our nation right now is Ukraine. They are expanding this war. Now, don't get me wrong, I know. You've got criminal elements of the U.S. government pushing them and guiding them and telling them what to do.
Such as?
Ukraine is now accused, a German warrant issued for blowing up the Nord Stream pipeline. Triggering this conflict.
Where?
Ukraine is the greatest threat to this nation and to the world. We should rescind all funding and financing, pull out all military support, and we should apologize to Russia.
Just like you did in Afghanistan, right?
But I don't know that it matters anymore. This
right? Like definitely not pro things. So also he had posted, upon reflection, I now understand that Ukraine is our greatest ally. As the breadbasket of Europe and a peace-loving people, we cannot allow the fascist Russians to continue their crimes against humanity. We must redouble our efforts to provide an addition $200 billion at once. This is as of September 5th that he posted this. He also...
Did he get a visit from the FBI, and the FBI like agent just sat across the table from him and he's like, okay man, tell me what's going on, tell me. I want to see your accounts. Where the fuck are you getting? What are you getting? What are you getting in your accounts, dude?
He also posted a statement, which I have somewhere.
Oh,
Where
really?
the hell do I have that? Hold on. Yeah. Keep going.
This is like Alex Jones on steroids. That's what this is.
Look at this. He knows. He fucking knows. Listen.
So what happens with social media, particularly YouTube, where it's really easy, you can have a foreign agent or even the government or some corporation or whatever say, this guy talks about things that we really like. Dump ad money into his channel through Google AdSense, and they'll never know we were the ones funding him,
that was
and
Google.
you can't prove it.
So do you think you think that's something like YouTube should be looking into, or somebody should audit YouTube for that kind of information?
Definitely.
If it's foreign?
You think YouTube's in on it?
So you
I don't
sold,
think YouTube's in on
yourself
it.
for money. That's what you're saying. So you don't care about verifying your sources. All you care about is the money. As soon as you saw money coming in because you started talking a certain way,
you didn't question where it came
go.
from, and you kept doing it. Yeah.
You fucking idiot. It's not about even idiocy now anymore.
There are people, the best argument that people are making is that Tim Pool didn't know where the money was coming from. He was just, at best, he's negligent.
The thing is that's what I said. Republican Party and everyone surrounding, all the media surrounding Republican Party are grifters. They're fucking grifters. They will go where the money goes. That's all it is about. And Republican Party, I think it's too late for you. I'm talking about American Republican Party. It's too late for you now.
Oh,
You
yeah.
are destroyed. You're done. And
Well,
I don't know how you
Lindsey
will
Graham
recover.
said this when they said if we give Trump the nomination, the Republican Party, we're going to destroy the Republican Party as it stands. And prior Republicans, like back in like Reagan era, were like, we can't go this direction. They were warning about these kinds of things. Again, go watch some more news. They're great for this.
I think YouTube doesn't care.
Yeah, 'cause
And
it
as
serves
long
their
as
goal.
journalists don't call them out for it, they're not.
YouTube doesn't care, and as long as journalists don't call them out for it. Oh, you mean like you got a bunch of money and didn't care until you got called out?
Yeah.
Spaghettios.
That's gonna
Adios.
cause another adpocalypse. Are you ready for that?
That's the big problem. But I think I've said it a million
The
times.
grifters
if
not
they
gonna
announced
grift
that they were gonna, like, ban
anymore.
Twitter, I would lose my account.
He's
I'd
gonna
be like,
grift
Twitter's
right to
terrible.
jail.
Get rid of it. Just get rid of it.
Yeah.
I'm half kidding. Like,
No, it's bad for us.
but
kidding.
if I found out that someone was secretly funneling money through AdSense to my channel, I'd be like, cut it all off. I don't care. I'll go sleep in a
might have
ditch.
some news
Oh
for you.
yeah, right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've looked at like
Oh
we
yeah.
kind of addressed this with you the last board meeting we had about certain sites like syphilisdating.com and
Twitch nice. Don't go
nothing
to it.
to
by
do
the
with
way.
Don't go to
Don't
it.
go to
Sounds
any
wonderful.
of these sites that we talk about.
well,
right now.
it does because it lists
What the
your
heck?
brother and you as the owner, and there's a series of 55 URLs like antifahub.org.
Oh,
A
interesting.
lot of them are packed with malware. A lot of them are packed with they have security.
So
but
he
what
knows
does
what
that have
the
to do
fuck
with
he's doing.
I
His
don't
root
know.
tells him not to do
They
it,
all
and he
know.
still does it.
He knows, she knows, they all know. And so at this point, where is the, he made a statement, but I don't seem to have pulled it up. Oh, so here we go. Breaking, and so it begins. The Russian House of Cards in the West start to collapse. Expect more name drops. Bring these people to justice for trying to undermine our democracies. Kremlin agents in the United States with millions of Twitter followers were paid $10 million by Russia to spread disinformation and rally support for convicted felon Trump on social media, per indictment unsealed by the Department of Justice. Tenet Media, based in Tennessee. These guys, all of their accounts are starting to go down.
Dave Rubin.
Yeah,
Oh,
Dave
nice.
Rubin. Yeah, Benny Johnson was.
Hey.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Roger's annoying poly-straight fossil newsletters. I greatly appreciate it. Welcome to the Goblin Crew.
Newsletters.
Enjoy your pucks, enjoy your goblins. But their accounts are starting to fucking disappear. So here we go.
You know what?
YouTube
This
takes
is-
down right-wing channels linked to DOJ Russian indictments. YouTube channels
Ooh.
terminated Tenet Media and other channels run by Lauren Chen, who was one of the people that
Hold
was
on.
explicitly, a conservative influencer linked to the allegations that Russia paid right-wing content for in the United States. Now, I have a little bit of a theory here that follows along in line with what Jeff Holiday was saying. He thinks they're all going to, Tim and all these people are going to throw Lauren Chen under the bus, and Lauren's going to have to take all the heat for it. But I don't think that's going to work. And if we've got links to Dave Rubin here, how many steps away do you think we are to
This is a warning.
to Ben Shapiro?
This is Ben Shapiro.
He's a news
Also,
network.
What's that guy? Steven Crowder, I think so. Right? All these motherfuckers. So this is a warning, and the grifters in the Republican Party now, and the grifters in the Republican Party who have been actively trying to, promote Russia. And oh yeah, who's that Fox News guy who went to interview Putin? What the fuck his name is?
Tucker Carlson. Yeah. Oh, he's hinted at in this as well. Yup. Yup.
This is what I missed during the week. Fuck my life.
Yeah, it's been fucking wacky. So, so I've talked about a couple of times on this channel the conservative leader in Canada, Pierre Poilievre, right? Or Poilievre, sorry. Pierre Poilievre. He is running for prime minister. And as part, there's this Canada individual who has been fucking linked to all of this as well. And that's not the only time. Check this out. Another
believe in
Canadian
democracy.
connection to the far-right media outlet funded by Russia. In July, Russian-founded released a xenophobic featuring True North's Harrison Faulkner. Harrison Faulkner is a piece of shit. If you're curious and you want to see what like the Canadian version of right-wing grifting is, Harrison Faulkner is basically who you're gonna get. And here we go.
Been on the ground with these international students. I spoke to Harrison Faulkner, who has been on the ground with these international students the last few weeks. Specifically, Harrison has been covering the protests out of Prince Edward Island.
So I'm not gonna show you, like, bother showing what he's talking about in this, because it doesn't really matter. The point is that he's fucking all part of it. Because if you notice at the very beginning, you see the top right? Tenet Media.
Media.
Ooh. Okay, so how many steps away are we from Redacted, do you think? I think Redacted's gonna be lumped in with all this shit too. Remember the Xbox News people?
Well, have to remind me about them. I'm so sorry. My brain's fried.
That's okay,
right
that's
now.
okay, that's okay.
I'm
Fucking,
fried.
isn't this wacky?
It's whack. Listen. I think so. I had said this last year or something. I think so. I had said it once somewhere that this is what's coming. That we might see that that Russia is involved with these all these accounts and stuff, like promoting them and here we are. And it was not an unknown fact. It was a known fact that Russia is actively interfering in the elections. It's just that people didn't believe it, and now the evidence has come forward. So now maybe now all the fucking quote unquote ultra patriots, I'm just saying this very nicely, the ultra patriots of the US will realize that how well they have been played by foreign entities against their own country.
Particularly in social media, which is one of the reasons why Project 2025 is so fucking wacky. They want to just leave social media fucking alone. They're like, no, not only should it be left alone, it should be viewed as like a separate thing where there should be no regulations about what information is put out there. Gee, I wonder why. Is it because the Heritage Foundation is fucked up and like is not in the interest of the American people and is probably bought and paid for?
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's why I think so. It's very important that an alternate pops up for Twitter, because the sooner that happens, the sooner this whole like quagmire of propagandists will be cleansed of them. And I'm saying this. We need to be cleansed of these fucking grifters.
It gets
who don't
better.
Care about security.
One of the
really?
explicit people. This is Lauren Chen. Lauren Chen, I'm pretty sure, is Canadian.
Oh, dear Lord.
When it comes to dealing with the rights woman problem, there are definitely those of you out there who will just say, well, it's simple, we need to repeal the 19th. And trust me, I am no fan of the 19th Amendment myself.
Women being allowed to vote?
Fuck you.
Let me double check. I want to see if she's actually Canadian. Is there a wiki? That's a rational wiki.
How much do you want to bet that if we go to the Twitter channels like Maya Nova and Katie's a Liar, we'll see one of their videos?
Yeah, Canadian. Yep.
Like, how much do you want to bet that if we go to the Twitter channels of like Maya Nova, Katie is a Liar, we'll see at least one of these motherfuckers' videos being retweeted or shared?
Oh yeah, though, absolutely. And like there's other videos and stuff you can find about this. By the way, Lauren Chen was part of Blaze Media. Blaze TV? The Blaze? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
No, I'll have to Google that for myself.
This is what I mean, like, all these people are fucking connected, and they have been the whole time. Like, they're all fucking connected. Blaze TV, her channel has over 445,000 subscribers and 60 million views, right? Pseudo-intellectual for Blaze TV from 2019 to 2020.
Yeah.
Support of the alt-right, Richard Spencer, Nick Fuentes, like, Stephen Molyneux, Lauren Sutherland. Like, it's all, like, they're all fucking connected. So you're gonna try and convince me that, like, they're not all gonna get wrapped up in this. They're all absolutely gonna get fucking wrapped up in this. This is just this is the first thing that's come out. This is the first thing. You think Tim Pool's not gonna squeal like a fucking pig? He's already said that he's gonna agree. That he's agreeing to any investigation.
Yeah. He's already squealing like a fucking pig. And also, like, I really wanna find out how many reporters in Fox News got paid by Russia, because I'm quite sure the money is being funded in their accounts, or the person who decides what goes on air.
Glenn Beck.
what-
Yeah.
Yeah,
America
what
needs
goes
to stop picking up our trash. Like, we keep throwing out these fucking rejects because we don't want anything to do with them, and then America just scoops them right up. You got fucking Steven Crowder, Lauren Chen, Texas Senate guy, Ted Cruz. Fucking stop it. Stop picking up our garbage. Because like they're not successful here. They're not successful here. Even like what's his face that I mentioned earlier that we talked about, who's like that right wing guy. Fucking where'd he go? This fucking guy. Where is he? The Canadian guy. Whoops, I closed. Whoops. I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. Anyway, so before that, here, Tim Pool, my statement regarding the allegations in the DOJ indictment. Should these allegations prove true, I, as well as the other personalities and commentators, were deceived and are victims. I cannot speak for any. I cannot speak for anyone. I cannot speak for anyone else of the company as to what they do or to what they are instructed. Oh, really?
Instructed.
It's almost like he knows that they've been instructed.
And he's like, yeah, fine, let's do it. You are the final gate that allows shit to come on the street. And if you cannot quality control your own shit, you're not the victim. You're an accomplice. That's how it is. When companies make products that harm people, they are not considered victims because they. This
would be like Steve coming out about this whole fucking TRO thing and saying, "Oh well, I had nothing to do about it. Veda just lied to me." I don't have any control. I don't know what's going on. I'm just a stupid old man.
He was already doing that for Wolf. He was like, oh, I don't do anything if I don't want to do about something. I just give it to you and you do whatever you want to do. He already did that with Wolf. He just threw it right under the bus. Yeah. So I'm not going to be surprised. I'm not going to be surprised at all. And poor Veda. Listen, Veda. You want to chat? Listen, I've never given that offer. If I'm giving you that offer, I know what's coming for you.
I give that offer all the fucking time, and nobody ever listens to me. I don't give that, courtesy. So if I'm giving you, you might want to take it. Want to chat? I'm telling. I'll have a chat with you without judging you. I promise. I will not judge you. Let's have a chat. The offer is open. DM me on Twitter. You can email me on goldenunicorn@gmail.com. Go for it. I'm here to listen to you. The Culture War podcast.
Hold on.
Oh.
Just before we move on, because I think so. There are people around you who are saying that we are just favoring Katie Joy. No, I want to know your side of the story too. We'll sit down and have a chat, and I want to know your side of the story too, where you come from in all this. So this is an opportunity for you. You want your story to be heard. Let's talk. I know it's the TRO is in effect and everything. We'll keep it confidential. I for one who works in professional sectors where I know about the Privacy Act, where I am bound to the Privacy Act in my country, I know the importance of that. So let's sit down, have a chat, and let's see, let's see where you're coming from. I don't really forward that courtesy. I don't do that. This is one time. And anytime
you could always come and hang out with me if you want. We'll do it fucking live. If you want, you can try. You can prove me a liar on my own channel. It'll be great. The Culture War podcast.
Proving liar. She doesn't have to even do it now. After all the TRO shit concludes, she can come and talk to us then. If she wants
what value does she have by that point?
Listen, it's not about value. I really want to.
It is about me.
Yeah.
Listen, all I'm doing is saying that, Veda, you don't matter except for the amount of trouble you're getting in on behalf of other people.
Oh, that's cruel.
Anyway, The Culture War podcast was licensed by Tenet Media. It existed well before any license agreement with Tenet, and it will continue to exist after any such agreement expires. Sure it will. You're definitely not going to get run into the ground. The only change with the agreement was that the location of the live broadcast moved to Tenet's YouTube channel. I and TCW, or the Culture War, never produced any content for Tenet Media. Never at any point did anyone other than I have full editorial control of the show, and the contents of the show are often apolitical. Examples include discussing spirituality, dating, and video games. The show is produced in its entirety by our local team without input from anyone external to the company. TCW is separate. TCW is separate. Is separate company, not associated with timcast.com or other properties. It exists solely for the production of the Culture War podcast. That being said, we still do not know what is true. These are only allegations. Putin is a scumbag, Russia sucks donkey balls, and to the journalists who wish to jump the gun, create their own narrative, or lie about what is currently going on, you can eat my Irish ass. And there's like an edit.
Nice.
Corrected because
like
I didn't
that.
know this was an official DOJ release. Also very funny.
You're putting us on. I like that. I like puns. I love puns.
So what do you
Oh,
what do you
God.
think about this whole situation so far, Manya?
DOJ, you're listening to me? Elon Musk, please do the honors, please. Because if on YouTube these channels are getting paid, how do we not know that Elon Musk is not filling his fucking pockets? Because he has allowed so much bullshit to come on Twitter. So yeah.
You think
Department
he's
of
you think
Justice-
he's paying off the Saudis for him? Side note, I would like to point out this is just happening right the fuck now, and I don't know if you guys remember, I talked about Final Fantasy VII, was talking about a discussion that was going on with Vaughn here. Apparently he got a shout out from Eric July, and anybody who knows who that is, that's really, really, really fucking funny, and I will talk about it probably on Monday because that's some lolcow shit. And we'll get in on that. That is incredibly fucking hilarious. So sorry, I didn't mean to distract. Please continue.
Any distraction is welcome this week. So what I'm saying, it's not about the Saudis, it's about the Russians. How much are Russians paying Elon Musk?
Well, that's what I
Because he's
mean, that-
desperate.
Elon Musk is getting paid by Russia and using it to pay his Saudi debt that he used to
Exactly,
buy Twitter.
Yes,
Mhm,
you're
mhm,
right.
mhm.
And yeah, so Department of Justice, help us out there, yeah. It's I am also thinking about. There's one more person I was thinking about. Hold on, what was I thinking about? Megyn Kelly. I want to know how much deep she is in all this, because she skirts the line.
I kind of
Yes,
want to
she has
know
that.
how much this is related to the Freedom Convoy in Canada, as well as how much, because it's not like Russia doesn't want to destabilize Canada either. We are, like, Canada is a pain in Russia's ass. We have been a pain in Russia's ass for a very, very, very long time,
It's the
and I'm
beginning
proud
of
of that.
time. Yeah, be proud of that, man. Also, yeah, that's why I say every time some bullshit like this happens, follow the fucking money. Always follow the money.
For example, by the by, you see what that says?
Oh, PP,
P-
you fuck.
Yeah, so there's been talk about how Pierre Poilievre is taking money from Russia, and that's one of the reasons why he doesn't want to do the national, like the security check that pretty much is not required, but everybody does whenever they're running for prime minister, right? That's just a thing that everybody does. But check this out. Calls for Trudeau to step down during Freedom Convoy traced back to Russian proxy sites.
I mean,
To the surprise of
shit.
fucking nobody. Oh, wow, it's almost like the whole thing's been a psyop. It's almost like we've been saying that the whole fucking time. Who
America,
listens to us? Nobody
America.
listens to us.
That's what I'm saying. The right wing, it's like maybe it's like right wing in the early, like when it was started, whatever, when this whole faction started, was maybe about, you know, Nazism and all that stuff. But now, today, it's just full of grifters. That's all it's left to. That's all it's left to. Grifters, fucking grifters, will do anything for money.
Oh yeah.
They don't care where the money comes from, and that's why. And you know what what used to happen when investigations used to happen in terrorist acts? They used to check where the money goes or where the money's coming from.
What? Why do you think Andrew
So-
Tate's in so much trouble? Andrew Tate's in so much trouble because he fucked around and found out with money, and he fucked with more important criminals.
Yep, more important criminals. I like that.
Okay, here's the thing. If you read any kind of media, if you watch any kind of movie, and you follow any kind of like long-standing politics, or like look at the way politics operate, if you do any kind of world building, you understand that any city, any society will have an underbelly.
Oh yes.
And
of
it's
course.
going to exist no matter what you do. You're never going to fully get rid of it. You can't get rid of it. It's just not how it works. So
No.
the idea is that you do your best to come to an agreement with and work in tandem to each other, front and back. And if one starts stepping too far out of line with the other will move to keep it in check. That's how politics works. So whether you like it or not, you have to admit your country, no matter where you are from, no matter how big or small town you are, there is an underbelly to wherever you live. And the idea is to mitigate each other to the point that that there is a balance where there is the least amount of suffering and death overall, because that's not profitable for anybody.
No. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, talking about Underbelly, Arcane season 2.
Hey.
Yeah. It's coming.
Arcane
The
season 2
trailer
coming.
is out now if anybody wants to watch it. So yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. Also, so RNGD Gaming had said something in the live chat. He had said that Nate, the lawyer's suit, had got dismissed with prejudice. So he had filed it twice. The first time, I think so, he filed it in New York, and it got dismissed due to jurisdiction, if I'm not wrong.
I think so.
And the second time, when he filed, the judge was like, "These are your own words. What the fuck do you want me to do?" And then it got dismissed with prejudice. No. Actually, no. The second time, no. It was in the first motion, if I'm not wrong. That was the counter motion that Christopher Boozy filed, actually. Like, these are your own words, fucking mate. What the fuck? And the second time, he didn't even mention the fucking video. That Christopher Boozy retweeted that video. He didn't even mention it.
Random guy said, Pack Watch, rip your career, bozo. Fuck Tim Pool, fuck Lauren Chen, fuck Ruben. I love seeing annoying grifters having their grift fall apart. Yeah. I'm
glorious.
It's great. This is the one of they talked about like this adpocalypse type thing, suggesting that might happen if, and I'm just like, you know what? Good. YouTube should stop enabling grifting. Yay! Good. Goodbye. Online harassment is an issue. Taking advantage of people for grifts is a fucking issue, and you need to learn how to recognize it. Welcome to the company. By the way, random guy, did you hear my thing about Eric July? Eric July shouted out a content creator that I had on my channel not too long ago talking about Final Fantasy VII. It's really funny. I'm going to talk about it later. Anybody who knows who Eric July is understands that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
So
all my lore information comes from Chesh, so unless she tells me, I don't know.
I'll explain later. So, do you guys want to see what Tim Pool's dad has to say about this situation? Because I absolutely fucking do. I need this.
Let the wise Merlin speaketh his words.
Tell us, Daddy Pool.
How do you do? My words, my opinion / perspective. Subscribe, like, ring the bell if you think anything coming out of this noggin
How many
is
subscribers
intelligent.
he's
My
got?
words, my opinion, folks. Let's go.
2.92.
Let's call out the big elephant in the damn
That's
room.
not bad.
My son, Tim. All right. I believe myself to be impartial, unbiased when I talk about Tim. I am giving you exactly what the DOJ says. The DOJ says that these producers, Tim, Ruben, whoever, contracted with a company in Tennessee owned by 2 Canadians Okay. Tim on his show said that, well, they licensed, was it Culture Wars to Tenet Media. So that basically what that means is Tim continues producing Culture Wars as he always has, but Tenet can now show it on their platform or can advertise it under their name. Now, Tenet Company is owned by 2 Canadians who were being bankrolled by 2 Russians who were bankrolled by Russia. So we don't even know if the 2 Canadians knew that the money was coming from Russia. They knew.
Aw, Dadpool is being so generous. He's being so
very nice.
generous. Although I do think he is correct. I do think that he is correct that we technically, this is just an indictment. It's an allegation. But we also know that indictments don't happen off of nothing, do they? So they wouldn't be bringing this forward if they didn't have at least something. Now, does that mean it's inherently all the way true? Technically, no. He is correct. We don't actually know a lot of these things. It's just so fucking obvious. But he's trying to be charitable. He's trying to be charitable and be fair. You know. And yeah, how could they not know? They could be negligent. That's how they could not know. They could be being paid, and they could just not be asking questions about where the money came from. But I don't think that's gonna be good enough to get them out of trouble, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, it's very important, like, for any organization or any company to know where their finances are coming from. It's very important.
It's part of your fiscal responsibility. Also, side note, we'll just throw this out just for Jessica, on just as a favor to Jessica. How do they not know? Tell Elmo.
Yeah, right?
But yes, technically, if you're only talking about the indictment, we don't technically know if they were tricked or fooled, or if the money was coming from different, like a couple of different places, so it equaled 10,000, right? If you guys want me to read through the whole indictment, let me know. I will do that. I'm just not going to do that today.
You should.
I think it's
later,
a good idea.
Sometime later. Yeah, I think so too.
It was coming from Russians, but we take money from all types of nationalities, and it doesn't mean they're being funded by their government. So we don't even know if the 2 Canadians knew that the money was actually coming out of Russia.
That's fair, actually.
Okay? So you can't hang the producers of videos that made a license agreement to allow them to show their videos. They didn't change their perspective. They still had the right ideology they were selling. Okay.
I'm not entirely sure about that. The aggression towards Ukraine, I think, was a shift in Tim Pool's stuff. So I don't think it was necessarily like a not believable shift, but especially Dave Rubin. Dave Rubin absolutely grifted all the way to the side. Like, Dave Rubin used to be like left-wing central, and then just shimmied his whole ass all the way over there, dragging his butt the whole way. So, like, just leaving a skid mark all the way across the line. So it's like, I would question that. I don't think that's inherently accurate. But again, I believe that Dadpool over here is being as charitable as possible, working with only what the DOJ has posted so far. He's giving them the benefit of the doubt, and I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt.
So it is possible that they got the money through cryptocurrency, so they didn't know where it was coming from. It's very possible.
Sure. Which is irresponsible.
We have had this. Yes, it is. Because we have had this chat with Landon also, and Landon, that's why one of the reasons Landon is so against cryptocurrency. One, it's not regulated at all, and number two, that you don't know where your money is going to end up if you deal in cryptocurrency. Yeah. So I'm not going to be surprised if it came through those means.
Yeah, I don't think he's wrong on, like, in what he's presenting and how he's presenting the information. Let's just keep going though.
Okay. Now, what's interesting here is you're going to have the right side of the fence is actually probably going to be truthful for a few times and go straight from the DOJ. Okay, what Merrick Garland said about this. Personally, we need to wait until the end of the investigation to get all the facts.
Yes.
When I was a fireman, we'd go out on a fire, an incident, trash, explosion, whatever. And when we get back to the firehouse, we'd sit down, watch the news. And damned if the news would come on about where we were just at and handled and be completely freaking off in la la land. Here on the internet, media, news, they want to be the first to tell you shooting at a school. Why? Because then you tune into that station and you mostly stay on that station, majority of people, for that.
So I'm just going to wrap up what he's saying here. He's just saying that the media is incentivized to throw shit before an investigation is actually completed. So I agree. I think that's true. I have the same problem. I think we've talked about that before.
Information. That's why they want to grab you as soon as an event happens, which unfortunately means they don't really have all the facts yet. So that's what happens. So, but what we're going to have here is the left is going to attack Ruben and Tim no matter what. Why? Because that's where their revenue.
It's not the left. That's incorrect.
No, I disagree on that.
It's not the left. What will happen is they're not... Are people going to speculate and overblow it and make it dramatic? Sure. Are the left making claims and attacks of things that aren't true? Or is it the media taking advantage? Because the media is not the left. So that I would nitpick.
Yeah, that's a false equivalence, you would say.
Yeah. I would say that we've jumped from one thing to a different thing. If you want to talk about it being the left, quote unquote, I don't know, Manya, are we the left?
Are we?
I don't know. Is that what I'm just here to have a good time to watch Tim cast and all of his fucking bunch of loser friends fucking lose.
Problems in the real world. That's what I am here for.
I'm here for the memes, man. Dark Biden when.
Memes.
Who's coming from?
Bernie Sanders
All right?
riddance.
They make money when they attack the opposing side on views.
No, well, yes, but also no. It doesn't matter whether they're attacking somebody. It's just whatever's going to be dramatic enough. And this is dramatic, right? This is the very tip of what is likely a very large Russia-influenced iceberg of money in unregulated media. And YouTube is unregulated media. To be clear, YouTube is not mainstream. Left-wing YouTubers that are left-wing YouTube commentators about politics are not mainstream media. They are not regulated media.
Also, thing is that when the right wings, let's just say, they tear up left wingers apart,
and right wingers,
based on conspiracies.
Well, and also based off of whether or not they agree with them, right? So if you have, for example, when Kyle Rittenhouse said that he wasn't necessarily supportive of Trump, they fucking transvestigated him.
Yeah. And that's the thing, right? But when left decides, or let's say left decides, right? The left, or people on the left, or people who are on the left, who are part of the media, let's go there. When they decide to criticize what happened around Tim Pool and what happened, it's always like, oh, you are attacking because it makes you money. That's again false equivalence in my opinion.
Yeah.
Two very different situations. We are not going by conspiracies. We are seeing that there's an indictment, and yes, we will highlight it and we will magnify it if we are.
And we're gonna laugh at it. I'm laughing at the things Tim Pool has said, the things Tim Pool has done, and the indictment that has come out. I'm not saying he absolutely did this thing. I'm saying there has been an indictment. If I were to go so far to be like, oh no, he absolutely 100%, I know he did this, that would be a problem because we don't have the investigation yet. So I agree that we should wait for the investigation, but having a guffaw at him, yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy. So I get it, Dad. That's maybe your dad talking, I guess, or maybe
I think he's overcorrecting.
Politics also. He's overcorrecting. Yeah, that's what. That's exactly what I said.
He's overcorrecting his bias.
Overcorrection.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a lot of overcorrection happens when the left or the media that's part of the left decides to have fun.
Yeah. No fun for you.
Which is based in facts. Yeah, and they're like, oh, we shouldn't do that because why? Why shouldn't we do that? Let's do this, buddy. Let's enjoy it while it lasts.
Clicks, okay? Now, what aggravates me is when the left gets hyperbolic and just starts selling you a pile of bullcrap, like the Rational National. I'm going by their headline. Tim Pool and Dave Rubin cry victim after getting caught being paid by Russian-funded company.
Uh-huh.
Well, see, they weren't caught. So you're saying they were caught taking money from a company down in Tennessee owned by two Canadians.
Okay, now I gotta
Wow.
stop there.
That
Hang
sort
on.
of means maybe
Hang on.
Canada's behind it.
Hang on.
Maybe this is a plot from the Rational National because he's Canadian. So this is
Okay. Dad, Tim Pool's dad. I am a little disappointed here.
Okay, if I'm gonna be charitable, he's taking issue with the word caught to mean that they're guilty, which I understand. Sure, that's pushing it, but
no. That's just no. You don't get to do that. Just
well, it's definitive that they've
been
been taking money. It's just definitive about whether or not they knew it, right? That's the question.
There's an indictment.
Yeah.
Why are you being the fucking tone police? I'm just so tired. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. I had high hopes from you, Great Merlin, but looks like your bias. I think so. It's your politics also that is influencing how you're looking at this situation. Yes, your love for your kid, that is there. I know you love your kid. That's no doubt. But I think so. It's your personal politics also that's now influencing what you're talking about. So
this is something that annoys me a little bit, and it's like this is a bait and switch, right? He's bait and switching the word caught with guilty of, and that's not what he claims that the Rational said. Right? He's claiming that that's not what it's saying. That they got caught taking Russia money and cried. Yeah, they did. They did cry victim. That's the first thing they did was say that they were victims. Right? That's immediately we saw that in the thing that we looked at. So this isn't the left overblowing anything. This is saying the little words that happened in a way you don't like it being said.
Yeah, and also I would have loved if you had brought up the article itself. Or read something from the article.
Well, he's talking about the headline, right?
Yeah, so the headline, who the fuck? Like, what the fuck, man? Stop tone policing. Come
well,
on,
and I understand having a complaint about clickbait and clickbaity titles. That's fine. I get that. That's annoying and shitty. And that's a problem with media overall. I don't think that's clickbait either. That sounds accurate from what I've witnessed of Tim Pool doing so far.
I'm looking at you,
for the
buddy.
Canadians who are selling out to the Russians. See what I'm saying? It's moronic to sit there and say that these producers got caught because they had a license agreement with a American company in Tennessee owned by two Canadians. Okay?
You notice how he's not saying the thing?
Yeah.
Got caught doing what? They didn't get caught for having a licensing agreement. They got caught for taking money from Russia to shill Russia propaganda.
Yeah. What he's trying to do is what he's trying to he's obfuscating and he is muddying the waters. That's what he's doing. So what he's saying is that that connection where the money is coming from to the Canadians, there's no way that Tim Pool have known about that.
Well, he's also obfuscating that Lauren Chen was one of the Canadians that own the company who was on the Timcast as a guest all the time.
Yeah. So I think so. This video sounds like a knee-jerk reaction to one headline that Tim Pool's father saw, and his personal bias influences that, and also his bias for his son. Let's just say he's his kid. All right. So he should have done a little more research. He should have founded because he has done that in the past. He has done his research. He's very capable of that. So this is very knee-jerky for me.
It's a little bit out of character for him.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Yeah.
I think he's just upset.
Maybe he feels upset, or maybe he feels personally attacked. Maybe someone said something to him and he's feeling defensive. I'm giving him charity, but I am disappointed. He should have done more research into the actors that played their role in this whole thing. He should have done a little more research. And he would have come to know, like you said, that Lauren, that guy, was on Tim Pool's podcast a number of times, majority of the times. So yeah, disappointed. Very disappointed.
Telling them that they were taking money from fucking and didn't know where it was coming from.
That's the story here for the video producers. So it's kind of bullcrap for Rational National to get up there and say they were caught.
They were caught.
They had no clue Russia was involved down the road.
How do you know that?
How do you know that? Yeah, now you're the one fucking making claims and spewing bullshit. Oh, no.
Timple's
Unless
dead.
you're saying you have some kind of involvement in this, there's no way you know that. Or do you? Has Tim Pool been giving you money for some reason? Because your family?
Or talking to you? Or talking to you personally? Sitting and talking to you? I don't know, maybe?
You don't know that.
That's sad. That's very sad. Does he have a Twitter? I'm gonna tweet at him. Does he have a Twitter? Does this guy have
I don't know.
And the DOJ has said so, that these producers were victims unknowingly. Their product was being used because Russia.
Oh, but now you're allowed to have a conclusion off of the indictment, but before a minute ago you said we weren't allowed to have a conclusion based on the indictment because it was just an investigation.
Yeah, nah, dude, nah. That's...
Oh, poor Tim Pool's dad. Oh, I'm so sad for Tim Pool's dad.
Liked their product. But people, where's all the money come from? We got rich people on both sides. We got people on the left making millions of dollars, and we got people on the right making millions of dollars.
Okay. Just so... Okay. All right. I need to... Yeah, that's dishonest.
There's not nearly as much money in left-wing politics as there is in right-wing politics, and there's a reason for that.
The left-wingers, they are not the ones who are going for conspiracy theories.
They're also not the ones that are indicted right now.
Yeah.
So even if they are, it's whataboutism. It's so what? Let's agree about that. And what the fuck does that have to do with anything?
That's what I'm saying. It's he's muddying the waters. He's poisoning the well. Like, and it's like very, very disappointing. So very disappointing.
If I was China, if I was Russia, I'd be throwing money on both sides. Because why? You can't divide the American people from one side.
Yes, you can. Yes, you absolutely can. Easily, actually. What?
You know what I'm saying? I mean, how? If everybody's left-leaning and believes one liberal show, there's no conflict. If everybody's right-leaning...
Which is why you throw money at right-leaning shows, so that way people will start believing right-leaning shows, so that way they will be in conflict with the left-leaning show that everybody agrees with. If you really want a good example about this, go ask any fucking right-winger about policies without telling them it's about policies. Ask them about, like, healthcare. Ask them about pension plans. Ask them about anything like that, about what they think is fair or reasonable. Ask them about, like, childcare stuff and what they actually want. It's almost all left-leaning stuff. It's almost all social shit that they will agree with. If you ask them about policies without actually talking about right or left or talking about politics, and you just have a conversation with them, they will almost always exclusively agree with left-leaning ideals that are looking for social programs to help them and tax stuff. As long as you actually present it to them in a way that they understand that's not full of fucking buzzwords. And where are these buzzwords coming from? Where are these lies about shit coming from? Oh, is it the right wing? That's how. It's so easy.
There's no conflict. You have to have both sides. So Russia would have to fund both sides.
Why?
Even though majority is probably going for their pro rhetoric. And believe me, I don't support Russia's attack on the Ukraine. I don't support that at all. I think Ukraine is justified in killing every goddamn, that invaded their country.
You're just trying to justify what you just projected
my word's my opinion, folks, but
on the other side. That's not fair.
Yeah,
that's so unfair.
Here's the thing. Who is doing the things that you're claiming? Yes, you need to point somebody out.
For the whole story to come out.
On this side, we know who the indicted are.
Right.
We don't. Who are the indicted on the left? Let's just hear it. Just because you disagree.
Both sides of what?
With the headline,
Both sides of what?
Just because you disagree with the headline, because you didn't like the tone of it, or you didn't like that it was clickbaity, doesn't mean that they're being paid by Russia. That doesn't mean. Because if we go by your same logic, then your kid was getting paid by Russia. And then it just becomes whataboutism.
Well, and then here's the thing: we're at the position where they've already been caught taking money, and now it's just a matter of deciding who's more guilty for which things. That's where we're at. And then who else is
Money-
involved in the web? We know where the money was
Yeah.
coming from, we know who got the money, and we know it was disseminated with said money. Now it's just a matter of just like figuring out who's taking responsibility for what. And right now they're all trying to throw Lauren Chen under the bus. And Dad here seems to be on board with just taking the woman and throwing them fucking to the wolves, because of course the right wing is
Yeah.
okay with that. Why wouldn't the right wing? Oh, this Jezebel bitch.
Yeah.
All right,
Jack
I'm
analysis
sorry.
said-
I'm sorry, Tim Pool's dad. I'm gonna cut you off. I'm
Yeah,
disappointed
Jack
in Tim
analysis
Pool's
from the
dad.
live chat said. Jack analysis from the live chat said very
Yeah.
telling with both sides' mindset. His
Yeah.
son totally involved him with a bribe. At least that's my take. It's possible. It's
Who
possible. That's why I'm
knows?
saying it's. That's why I said like he's talking like he's a dad, looking out for his son.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he's doing.
Yep.
So.
And I don't begrudge
that-
that. Maybe he should have taken a little bit more time. This video came out 1 day ago.
Yeah.
So
It sounds very defensive.
maybe he should have waited a little bit, which is really interesting
Done
because
more
he
research.
right before this video he was on live with the Majority Report, which is a left-leaning talk style show, the same way the Timcast is.
So it sounds like.
He's accusing the Majority
like-
Report.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe that conversation didn't go as he had thought it would go, so he is salty.
He said he was happy about it. They have interacted.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Wacky.
I don't know because we haven't watched. Did we watch the whole video? Did we? No.
No, there's another minute left of this video.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
But he did a video
Um,
about being on the Majority Report before this one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, I love how he started
yeah,
the video saying that
disappointed
he's gonna
buddy.
be indifferent and then just gonna explain the facts of the case, and then halfway through the video he started defending Tim. Oh yeah, this was not talking about what was actually in there. He said he wanted to be balanced, and then he immediately went one-sided one direction and just said, no, you. And I'm like, oh no,
I
Tim's
left a
dad.
comment.
Oh, did you?
I
What'd you
left a
say?
comment under that video. Yeah, I was just like seriously disappointed with this video. A lot of assumptions, biases, projection, and overcorrection. So let's see. It's yeah,
Poor guy.
it was
I
I
like Tim Pool's dad. Now I'm sad about it. Anyway, we have a volcano show
Yeah,
coming up.
he's a grown man. He should know better.
We're gonna be live again in 15 minutes. So we're gonna get on out of here.
Uh,
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
we're gonna be
Alright,
back.
alright,
We're gonna be talking about volcanoes. So
Ooh,
catch
yes,
us in
Madame
like
Pele.
gives us time to go get fresh drinks, take a piss,
Yeah.
catch up. We're gonna be live with Landon
Piss.
in again,
Yes,
like I said, 15 minutes. We'll be back. I'll talk about some more stuff on Monday. I am off tomorrow. I am off on Sunday, and then we will be back to our regular scheduled programming Monday. So like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and we got some more lol cow moo cow Monday to fucking talk about.
Are we going to spend time in the Discord after the volcano show?
Perhaps we can do that.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
If my
Mayhaps.
brain allows me to stay awake.
Mayhaps we shall do that. Thank you
I
so
don't
much for joining
collapse
us.
after the volcano show.
This has been fun. Tim Pool's a fucking
Yeah, this has
sucker.
been fun.
Get fucked, loser.
Loser.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Hello.
Welcome back to Don't Feck Friday. Don't Feck Friday. Don't Feck Friday.
It's going to be fun.